Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So, are you reading some special place or? Don't ask me. Okay.
And last time we had a speaker, he chose the verse himself.
Okay. Let's see what. Let's see first have to get out to where is it? There it is, okay. No. Okay. Hare Krishna, okay. Maybe not such a bad one. Well, let's see what happens. You can repeat after me. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Arto Danu Dara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Maybe you can follow line by line, let's see. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Danudara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvani Tirmatir Mata It says Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Danudara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama Yatra where Yoga Ishvaraha the Master of Mysticism Krishna Lord Krishna Yatra where Partha the son of Prita Danudara the carrier of the bow and arrow Tatra there Sri opulence Vijaya victory Bhuti exceptional power Dhruva certain Niti morality Mati Mama my opinion. Translation. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. And Krishna is also the taste of water. That's very nice. In Switzerland, where I just were, there was a lot of fresh spring water from the mountains. They said there are a lot of Krishna there. But there's a lot of water in Denmark also. All the wells and things like that. So we're lucky, we have a lot of Krishna here. In India they don't have so much Krishna. They have Krishna so much of Krishna in the form of, in the pure taste of water. Okay, so this verse is spoken by, who was the speaker here? Sanjaya. And this is, really get into the end of the Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise we are somewhere in the beginning, in the middle, or later. Sarvadhamam parityadyama mekam charanam rajam aham tvam sarvapapabhyam mokshishami masucham. That's the end, the final, the culminant of the Bhagavad Gita. But here is some verses more. It's interesting. Okay, so the translation goes like this. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. And that's Sanjaya speaking to Dhritarashtra. Okay, purport. The Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra's. He was hopeful on the victory of his sons, assisted by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side. But after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjaya told the king, "You are thinking of victory, but my opinion is that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune." He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjuna was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. Though many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation. The fight was actually between Duryodhana and Yudhisthira. Arjuna was fighting on behalf of his elder brother Yudhisthira. Because Krishna and Arjuna were on the side of Yudhisthira, Yudhisthira's victory was certain. The battle was to decide who would rule the world, and Sanjaya predicted that the power would be transferred to Yudhisthira. It is also predicted here that Yudhisthira, after gaining victory in this battle, would flourish more and more, because not only was he righteous and pious, but he was also a strict moralist. He never spoke a lie during his life. Though many less intelligent persons would take Bhagavad Gita to be a discussion of topics between two friends on a battlefield, but such a book cannot be scripture. Some may protest that Krishna incited Arjuna to fight, which is immoral, but the reality of the situation is clearly stated. Bhagavad Gita is a supreme instruction in morality. The supreme instruction in morality is stated in the 9th chapter, in the 34th verse. Manmana bhavaman bhakto majadi man namaskuru. One must become a devotee of Krishna, and the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Krishna. Sarva dhammam parityajya mamekam saranam vrajam. The instructions of Bhagavad Gita constitute the supreme process of religion and of morality. All other processes may be purifying and may lead to this process, but the last instruction of the Gita is the last word in all morality and religion. Surrender unto Krishna. This is the verdict of the 18th chapter. Okay, let's see here. From Bhagavad Gita we can understand that to realize oneself by philosophical speculation and by meditation is one process, but to fully surrender unto Krishna is the highest perfection. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. The path of regulated principles according to the orders of social life and according to the different courses of religion may be a confidential path of knowledge, but although the rituals of religion are confidential, meditation and cultivation of knowledge are still more confidential. And surrender unto Krishna in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness is the most confidential instruction. That is the essence of 18th chapter. Another feature of Bhagavad Gita is that the actual truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. The absolute truth is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Perfect knowledge of the absolute truth means perfect knowledge of Krishna. If one understands Krishna, then all the departments of knowledge are part and parcel of that understanding. Krishna is transcendental, for he is always situated in his eternal internal potency. The living entities are manifested of his energy and are divided into two classes: eternally conditioned and eternally liberated. Such living entities are innumerable, and they are considered fundamental parts of Krishna. Material energy is manifested in 24 divisions. The creation is affected by eternal time, and it is created and dissolved by external energy. This manifestation of the cosmic world repeatedly become visible and invisible. Okay, here's some more. We take this here. It's quite appropriate. Long. It's an interesting verse. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Paratudanudara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Consider the master of all mystics, Krishna. And the Yogeshwara, he is, yes, I think that's the word. Yogeshwara, Yoga Ishvara, the master of all mystics, the master of all yogis. Of all yoga, the master of yoga, the master of the yogis. And he is not only the master, he is the object of he is the goal of the yoga. Yoga, Prabhupada said, it means to link. Well, to religion, I think also means to link, to reconnect. So, in that sense, religion is meant to be yoga. And yoga is religion. It's meant to link with the Supreme. So he is the master mystic, he is Yogeshwara. So the essence of all yoga is to meditate on Krishna. By all the Vedas I am to be known, Krishna says. Yoga is to meditate on the Supreme. or the source of everything. And then here's a secret. And it gets a secret. The secret that the ultimate object of meditation is Krishna. So you may, the Prabhupada explained that with Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. The ultimate object of meditation is Krishna. In the 9th chapter, Krishna speaks out, Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Vidam Tamam Prataksha Gavamandram Yam Susukam Kartamavayam. That this, let's see here, I can take it. This knowledge is the king of education. It also can be taken as a royal education. It's a knowledge for kings. It's a king of education and it's knowledge for kings. Because Krishna spoke to Kshatriya, to princely order. And in the 4th chapter he explains how he explained this knowledge to the sun god Vivasvan, the knowledge of yoga. And then Vivasvan explained it to Manu, the father of mankind. And he explained it to Ikshvaku. Let's see, Ikshvaku, the first royal king. The royal king. First king. A saintly king. We can say the name of the word is a saintly king. It's a royal king, a saintly king, noble king. So the kings were meant to know these matters. They had to know what is yoga. So Krishna explained this. Okay, so therefore we can say it's a king of education or education for kings. Kings, rulers should have this education because they should guide society. So if you're going to guide and rule the society nicely, you have to know what's the goal. What's the goal of ruling the society? And we can say that, what is the goal of human life? If you don't know what's the goal of human life, how are you going to successfully manage a human society? So the goal of human life is to attain self-realization, to re-establish your eternal relationship with Krishna, with the Supreme. And if the rulers don't know this, to do that, they will do all kinds of things, but they will go in the wrong direction, even though they may, so to say, make it very nicely. Maybe we can say someone like Ravana, he had a beautiful, most opulent country. It was all something like everything was made of gold and everything was perfect sense gratification. Perfect place for satisfying the senses. Yes. But he was a demon, he was against God, he was against Rama. He did not direct people to a service of the Lord. And therefore he ended up being destroyed. Because Rama came to destroy him. That demon was so proud and arrogant that he thought he was a little bit like Hiranyakashipu. Actually, he is another appearance of Hiranyakashipu. It's a giant Vijay, the doorkeeper in the heavens, in the spiritual world, who was cursed to take birth in the material existence as demons. So Hiranyakashipu, he did his job and he got killed by Nishingadev. And then he again appears with with Kumbhakarna, he appears as Ravana. And then Ram comes and destroys him. Yes. But we can say a human society where the rulers don't know what's the goal of life will be destroyed. We can say, in a sense, it will destroy itself, and that we can say is a modern society. is a society that destroys itself. It's like a cancer. Cancer destroys, kills the host on which it's living, and thus it will also itself be destroyed. Okay, so this is royal knowledge, and there in the 9th chapter, it says it's the most secrets of all secrets. There will be giving a secret in the 9th chapter, and we can say it's a secret here also. And try to understand what is the secret of the 9th chapter. Well, Krishna says, by me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe pervaded. He pervades everything, he is everywhere. We say that Krishna's Paramatma is in every heart of every living entity, and he is in every atom. So you can say, it says in my unmanifested form, it's not directly visible. He's pervaded. But all beings, he said, all beings are in me, so everything is in Krishna. We also in Krishna, we are parts of Krishna. But I'm not in them, Krishna says. That's interesting. How is he in everyone's heart as Paramatma? Then he says, but I'm not in them. So it's like a secret. So he's there, but it's not there. But once it's maybe like we give an example with a water pot, the reflection of the sun. The sun is one, but you can reflect. You can take a water pot, you look at it, and the sun reflects in the water pot. You take another water pot in another place, looks, you see the sun reflecting in the water pot. In the same sun you will see in all the different water pots. So in a bit similar way, Krishna is, so to say, expanding or reflecting into each and everyone's heart and into every atom. But then the secret, I say, is this, that I'm not in them. Krishna is, besides that he as a man manages, or everything emanates from him, and in that sense is him, he's not here. He's not that. Or we can say, he's more than that. He's more than the super soul, he's more than the material entity, he's more than whatever. He is Bhagavan, who exists independently of his creation in his own spiritual creation or world. This world has a beginning and end. Well, it's a beginning and end, it's a breath of Lord Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu breathes in, breathes out, the universe is manifested, breathe in, and they're annihilated again. And this goes on. Okay, this goes on, but beyond that, there is Krishna in the spiritual world, herding the cows and playing with the cowboys and with the cowherd girls, having a good time with his devotees, with his close friends. So that we can say is the most secret of all secrets. And we are meant to go to that place, to that most confidential place. That's the secret. That secret is known by the devotees. The impersonalists, the Mayavadis, the Jnanis, maybe just the regular yogis don't know that. The regular yogis maybe just think, so if I just realize Paramatma in my heart, I'm happy. But that's not the end of the story. The real secret is that there's Krishna beyond all this, in his own eternal abode. So we can say Krishna is the master of all mystics. He is the goal of all mystics. And then it's then wherever there's a June, so wherever there's Krishna, who is this, the supreme goal, he is a secret, he is a Yogeshvara, the master of all mystics. And where there's a June, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Of course, no, Krishna, this Krishna, who is existing in the spiritual world, is in his own, not in the spirit, well, in the spiritual world, in his own abode, that is the spiritual world. It's not that that's Krishna and then there's another thing as the spiritual world. The one doesn't exist without the other. So this Krishna, this secret that Krishna exists separately there, manifests in this his own creation as a cowboy, as a royal prince, as a friend of Arjuna, as the speaker of the Bhagavad Gita, as a Dwarkadish, the master of Dwarka. He has his Dwarka, established his kingdom, has all his queens. He manifests in these ways. And when he does that, then he's not alone. There's also Arjuna, or his pure devotee. So we can say wherever there's Krishna and Arjuna, wherever there's Krishna and his devotees, his pure, at least his pure devotees, his qualified devotees, certainly there will be opulence, victory, extraordinary power and morality, so to say. So here we can say Prabhupada he's certainly one such extraordinary devotee, associate of Krishna, who accomplished extraordinary things in this world, and spreading the Krishna consciousness movement all over the globe. Because here it is also said, there will be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Because that's Krishna, who is the very source of morality. But Krishna also, whatever Krishna says, that is what he says, that is morality, or that is the truth. What he says, it will be so. Of course, in the Bhagavad Gita, there in the 9th chapter, Krishna told Arjuna, because Krishna said that his devotees will not perish, but he told Arjuna to tell this, because sometimes Krishna, he may be a little bit tricky. So we also know from the Bhagavad Gita, or in the Battle of Kurukshetra, he may be tricky. But if his devotee says this, then he will uphold the truth, and uphold the word of the devotee. So in that way there will be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. That's what Sanjaya said. Later on we will see, the Bhagavad Gita ends here. I think that's yes. This is the final verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Actually, this is the final verse of the Bhagavad Gita. But we will see, that's the end of the words of the Bhagavad Gita. But then we can say, then the battle of Kurukshetra starts. With a devotee, Arjuna, who's fully convinced, there's no more doubts, he's fixed in his determination. And that's good. Good that this discussion, or that, how should we say, Arjuna's doubt